overcoming training ruts and getting the ball rolling again. One thing I know for certain, I've spent some time away now from sharing content. It's been at least a couple months, and the longer I stayed away from it, I got in my own head more and more, and I made small things much bigger than what they really are. And the harder it was for me to get back and make videos again. See, momentum is like a muscle, right? If you stop training that muscle, then it's not being used no more. So the body goes through this process of it being atrophied, right? The same goes for anything in life, right? Whether you're creating content, whether you're making videos, the goals you want to accomplish, if you just stop showing up, then the harder it is to get back to that place of sharing, right? Or that building that momentum because you stop training yourself or you stop sharing, right? So getting back in the groove of things just becomes much harder, right? You might see this parallel with in your weight loss journey. You might lose 10 pounds, right? But then if you let yourself go and you gain those 10 pounds and maybe like 30 pounds extra on top of that to get back to where you were, it just becomes harder, right? So with that being said, that just gave me an epiphany, and it made things clear for me that the challenge of it all is accepting that there's no true finish line, right? Even when you finish building something, even when you reach a goal, there's still a maintenance process that we all must go through. And that's to accept that it just doesn't stop. The work doesn't stop. And that truth applies to all areas in life, right? It could be building a relationship, right? You build a relationship and you think you no longer need to work on that relationship, but it still needs maintenance. You build your body and you think that the work is done, but that's not true. It still needs maintenance. The work never really stops, right? And I've been away from YouTube. I think it's been like 5 months since the last time I've put a video out, and I've been in a training rut myself. It felt like I couldn't shake it, right? To be fair, I've also been extremely busy as a food truck delivery job, right? Which is the job is physically demanding, right? So even though maybe with my training I haven't been all that consistent, my work it's a really intensive job, right? Just delivering boxes up and downstairs, food, meat boxes up to like 50 pounds, right? And I'm stacking like 6 7 of those, so that I can make the case easily that that's my workout, right? But um to keep it in perspective, right, I keep a smartwatch with me, and there's times I record up to 19,000 steps on the day, right, which is equivalent to almost like 8 miles of walking, right, and that's just the steps, right, but to take into account running down ramps, going downstairs with these hand trucks and stuff like that, right, delivering up to 800 to 1,000 cases a day. But I also got to be careful, right, not using my current situation as an excuse to justify my inconsistency. Because at the end of the day, that's a meantime thing, right? One of my goals is to build this channel up and share my passion for fitness and martial arts and the interests that feed my soul and hopefully inspire others, right? I believe in taking care of responsibilities as a man, right? I must do what I got to do to, keep the roof over my family's head and feed my family. But I also got to carve out time to creatively feed my interests, right? That I believe creates a bigger impact in life and makes this life more valuable and not just this mundane of getting on the hamster wheel each day, right? So I'm hoping to, build that momentum up. And maybe this is a challenge for us. You might be in the same kind of boat, right? And you want to get back on track and you might feel in the same things that I'm doing. So maybe we can go on this together, right? And look, I'm not to get it mistaken, my following is still small. I don't need to really be explaining my reasoning for maybe not being consistent on here, but I don't take my followers lightly, right? I truly appreciate anyone who clicks on my video and watches my video, who gets inspired by my videos, or um and look at it as a source of motivation, right? So I don't take that lightly, and I truly appreciate anyone that um clicks on these videos. So yeah, that's gonna be the challenge to myself, is getting that momentum back, getting the ball rolling. And I hope that this helps others and motivates others as well. But that's it for today's video. Thank you guys for staying here with me, and let's get this ball rolling again. Done.